Still not a fan of the name of this new company, but the merger is complete. Let's talk about this. Hey everybody, Bloodbin Bobby here. So, the Warner Brothers Discovery merger has been completed. I'm still not a fan of the new company name, but yes, the merger has closed, it's completed. So that means now that channels like HBO Max, Cartoon Network, CNN, the Discovery Channel, and the Food Network are now part of the same parent company. Deadline said that the Discovery Guard is largely in charge of this newly formed company with CEO David Zaslav. They said that some Warner executives like Toby Emmerich, Casey Bloys, and Channing Dungey, I hope I'm saying that correctly, have received votes of confidence. As a result of the merger, 9 high-level WarnerMedia executives, like Chief Executive Jason Kilar, announced their exits, which is always a big question mark, like in terms of who gets to keep their jobs, really in all, like, kind of, parts of the company when it comes to these kind of mergers. Warner Brothers Discovery is now trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol WBD. So now that the merger is complete, I really feel like of the two companies that came together, Discovery is really the one that's really getting the most out of this merger, especially since the person who's now running this newly formed company, used to run Discovery himself. So now Discovery gets to merge with a partner that has an even bigger streaming service, and AT&T gets to pay off their debt. I feel like the part of this merger that I'm still most curious about is just wondering what's going to happen with HBO Max and Discovery Plus. Now, I made a previous video where I talked about how officially the two services are eventually going to become one, but there are still really big questions over what's it going to be called, what'll it cost, and those kind of things, stuff we really won't know for a while. Again, it seems like in the meantime, we could expect some kind of way where it's easier to access the two apps, like maybe through a single sign-on in the future before they get to the eventual point where HBO Max and Discovery Plus become one streaming service. I'd like to think, there's no official word on when the two services will officially merge, but I'd like to think that maybe by this time next year, we could expect this new combined service to be released. My guess, and again, I really want to emphasize this is, just complete speculation, that maybe this newer service, this new combined service will be ready to go by maybe the end of 2023 at the very latest, but it seems like the kind of thing that's going to come sooner than later. And like I said in previous videos, I feel like it makes a lot of sense for HBO Max and Discovery Plus to unite to become one service, especially since with the rise of these newer streaming services like Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Peacock. One of the big kind of concerns that came out of that was just wondering, are we going to have to pay for all of these streaming services? Are customers going to have to pay for all of these streaming services? So I think by doing this, it's going to make the content from Discovery and its partners much more enticing because it's already on it's going to become part of an even bigger streaming service down the road. So there's still no word on, when it's coming out, but as of the end of 2021, HBO Max had just under 74 million subscribers if you combine their numbers with HBO, and Discovery had 22 million subscribers. So in a perfect world for Warner Brothers Discovery, this combined service could, in theory, have around 100 million subscribers, which of course would, benefit both sides of the company, of course, because that would mean that this could potentially maybe not get them to exactly 100 million subs, but it could help them, get up to that number and make them more competitive. As I said in the previous video, I'm not sure at all what this new service is going to be called. I do like a lot of the suggestions that I received in the last video on how Warner and Discovery could maybe combine their names in the future. This probably won't happen. Again, this is more my inner 90s kid speaking out loud, where I kind of think it would be cool if maybe HBO Max could name itself the WB as a means of getting nostalgia. And I think it would be really fitting if in some way this new combined streaming service had the name Warner attached to it. I mean, not that I don't like HBO Max, but I always thought it was kind of a head-scratching sort of name, especially since it's meant to be the service that encompasses, at the time, all of the companies that WarnerMedia owned, or all the channels it owned. And so I think it would be more appropriate to use the Warner name in some way, especially since I think most people already associate the name Warner with a lot of the companies it owns. Like when I was a little kid and watching Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera videos on videotape, I always saw their logos together on the tape. You would see the Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network logos with those videotapes. So ever since I was a little kid, I've always had that mental association that, okay, Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network. And then when I got into my later years, I, of course, found out that Cartoon Network has a adult-oriented part of the channel called Adult Swim. So it's that kind of mental association where I already associate Warner with a ton of these names. Even if I didn't follow the industry, I think I would have some sort of loose idea that, okay, if this newer streaming service or if this new combined streaming service had Warner in its name, then it's likely to also contain content from like Cartoon Network and Adult Swim and Turner Classic Movies and stuff like that. On top of this news, Warner Brothers Discovery announced that they're going to hold their first upfront on May 18th. If I could stream it, or if they're gonna do like some kind of thing, or if they're gonna put out a lot of their announcements on Twitter, I might do a live stream on it. I'm really curious to see what they're going to announce on May 18th. Maybe they'll announce like plans for what they plan to do with the combined HBO Max Discovery Plus streaming service, but I think it's more likely that they'll talk about, you know, any future projects they got coming up over at Warner Brothers Discovery, you know, in terms of movies, maybe TV shows and that sort of stuff. So now I want to hear your thoughts on the Warner Brothers Discovery merger down below in the comments. What do you think of the name? What do you think this merger could bring for both Warner's companies and Discovery channels? Leave all those thoughts down below. Even though I just gave you my 2 cents, the truth is I'd like to hear how you feel about the merger down below. So until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.